Across the United States, wild boars, often called feral hogs, have become one of the most destructive invasive species in modern history. Their impact reaches beyond the forests and fields they inhabit, stretching into farms, towns, and even government budgets. To understand the scale of this crisis, it's important to look at how they damage crops, spread diseases, adapt to climate change, and how hunting and wildlife management work together to contain them. For American farmers, the story often begins with crops destroyed overnight. Wild boars are not seasonal pests, they feed year-round. Using their powerful snouts, they root through soil in search of food, tearing up corn, soybeans, peanuts, rice, and wheat. A single sounder or family group can flatten acres in hours. The result is not only lost yield but soil erosion, broken irrigation systems, and contamination of water supplies with waste. Unlike insects or weather events, wild boars create a cycle of constant, unpredictable damage that keeps farmers on edge throughout the year. The problem is not limited to direct destruction. Biosecurity concerns make wild boars a national issue. They carry more than 30 diseases and parasites, some of which threaten livestock and even humans. African swine fever, for example, has devastated pig populations in other countries, and experts fear what would happen if it reached American farms. This is why biosecurity measures like fencing, controlled access to farms, and preventing contact between wild and domestic pigs are critical. Hunters and landowners are increasingly trained to follow strict sanitation protocols, ensuring that carcasses are handled safely and that equipment does not spread pathogens. Adding to the complexity is climate change. Warmer winters and longer growing seasons mean more food availability, higher survival rates, and extended breeding periods for wild boars. Regions that once provided natural population checks are now more hospitable, allowing sounders to expand northward and into new territories. Climate change acts as a multiplier, turning an already difficult species into an even greater management challenge. Understanding wild boar behavior is central to any solution. They're highly intelligent, social, and cautious. Their excellent sense of smell and hearing make them difficult to approach, while their nocturnal habits keep them hidden from daytime activity. When threatened, they can be aggressive, charging with razor-sharp tusks. These traits make traditional methods of pest control ineffective. Wild boars learn quickly and adapt to traps or hunting strategies, forcing constant innovation. One of the most practical tools available today is hunting. Organized hunts, thermal imaging at night, and corral traps that capture entire sounders have proven highly effective at reducing local populations. Hunting provides immediate relief for farmers and prevents boars from multiplying unchecked. But experts caution that hunting alone cannot solve the problem. At best, it holds the line, keeping numbers manageable in hotspot regions. That's where wildlife management efforts come in. State and federal agencies deploy a mix of strategies: aerial culling from helicopters, cooperative programs with landowners, and scientific research into long-term population control. Fertility management, such as immunocontraceptives, is under study, though it faces regulatory and ecological hurdles. Education campaigns, funding support, and community involvement are just as important, ensuring that every stakeholder plays a role. The wild boar invasion in America is more than just a hunting challenge. It is a fight for agriculture, biosecurity, and ecological balance. With smarter strategies, coordinated efforts, and an understanding of the animal itself, the tide can turn. Farmers, hunters, and wildlife managers stand at the front line of this battle, protecting not only crops but the future stability of rural America.